Hi guys, my name is Dimi and today we are going to talk about Freedom 24. First I want to start that this is not a sponsored video, so I'm just going to show you my experience with it. I actually created this account in 2021, purchased a few things and completely forgot about it here about a month ago. And I'm restarting the whole thing. The fun thing was that I actually made a video then about how to use the platform as well. And now we can see some of the differences and talk about the pluses. So the biggest plus for me about Freedom 24 is there is no monthly or yearly tax, which usually most companies have. And when I say most, I mean 99% of them. Because if you have to pay an average 200 to 300 euro per year just to have an account, you can never be profitable if you're small or beginner investor like what I consider myself. So this is the two most important places that you have to go. Here is the place for trade, but I would just like to start with the profile itself. So in your profile, you have some points which you generate either by referring people or by finding bugs and stuff like that. I have no idea what you can use them for, but they are not important. So let's go to the important things. First things, here you can see your balance. This is the free money you can use to purchase either with euro or with dollars. And this is your total. Here is my very small and modest portfolio. As you can see, I purchased Ford, BP, this company, which I always forget its name, and Lufthansa. Now, you might be wondering why I purchased these things, and the reason is that I actually consider myself a safe investor. In this point, I would like only to purchase dividend stocks, and that's why I purchased them, and I will show you a picture from the other one. This is 2021, how it looked, the platform. It was much different, and you have a segment which is called high dividend stocks. You go to that, read about them, and basically I purchased all of these three, and that was my mistake. Why it was a mistake? Because if you go here on the cash movement, which by the way is the other thing that I really like about the platform, you can see every cent where it goes and which is the date and everything else. You can find everything. Here on trades, you can see the same thing, when and what you buy on what price, what was the commission, and that's it. That's all you need to know after all. So you go to the cash and we go all the way back to 2021. So for 2 years, no taxes have been paid for monthly fee or anything like this. As you can see, the average tax the average commission they charge me for trade is around €2 per purchasing, and 2 cents. Of course, you can read all of this, but it's still pretty decent, because the whole idea here is, if I can sum it up in one sentence, if you purchase rarely, but for example up to 200, 300, 500 at a time, you will save much more money than buy one stock and then buy another stock, because they basically charge you this €2 total, and then for any additional they add this to 2 cents and so on. But what I actually want to show you here is the dividends. So you say the minus, I added money here, and corporate action something. Yes, this probably is the first one. Yes, dividend on shares, and Ford have sent me 10 cents, and there was a tax of 3 cents. Wonderful. And then we have BP, which was paying me 33 cents per the one share I have, the one stock, and 1 cent taxes, and so on and so on. And here there is higher dividend from Ford for some reason, followed by higher tax. What happened here, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say that Ford and always pays me 15 cents, and BP always pay me from the beginning of this year, they pay me 40 cents for share. So from all of my portfolio that I initially purchased for dividend, those two are no longer paying anything, and this one and Ford, which is somewhere back, continue to do so. So we will end up the video with 6 options about companies that for more than decades, they always pay dividends. So returning on the portfolio, the most important part is here where you can see all your stocks, what price you bought them, how they're moving in time. You have a pie chart, you have a bunch of other options, but the most important things is this one and the cash movement where you can see dividends and how money are coming and going. So final words before we meet to the second most important part, the trade part. What you have to know about Freedom 24, and which is very important and very good and very decent advantage, is that you actually own the stock. You don't own a position. I will make a separate video about that explaining the differences, but it's very important. So just to explain it like this, even if this stock go completely to 1 cent, I still own it. It might be worthless, but I still own it. Otherwise, if you own a position, simply if it go under certain number, the position will close and you have a complete loss. Because if I sell now, I will lose 4.72%. But if I don't, I still own it and I still get dividend and I can wait for another decade or so. So I'm fine, I'm safe. And that's very good. That's very good thing and a big advantage comparison to most other platforms. So far, the 2 most important things from cash movement, you can follow everything that you have to know, everything that you need to know from trades. So most important thing is here. Number 1, you can see any cent where it goes and what it was used for. In trades, you can have a sum up about everything and see the commissions. In portfolio, you can see everything in percentage. So as you can see, 41% represents Lufthansa, which is the biggest one. And you can see your free cash. And then we go to trade. So you have obviously 3 markets. You can see the clock and you can add and remove. So let's say you want to add Pfizer or something. Since I don't know what the abbreviation is, I just type the first 2. And there is a Pfizer Kazakhstan, Pfizer something else, and Pfizer USA. So let's type this one. So now you can see that you can buy the stock here. You have a button buy and sell, which is pretty reasonable. Market price, volume. Since we don't have dollars, oh, that's the other thing. Some of the stocks are in dollars and others are in euro, depending on the market. And I just clicked the wrong thing. So explaining it. So if you want to select Tesla, you have to click on it, but not on this one. You have to click here or here and it's selected. Then you can select something else. Some stocks I'm not authorized because there's a problem with the account. I'm still waiting to figure it out, sending documents and stuff. So basically, if you click on the name itself, it opens this window where you can have all this additional information that give you all information you need to know about the company and so on and so on. In a different video, I'll show you even better instruments that are also free where you can read about it in detail. But once you have in mind what you want to buy or you have made a decision, you can simply go select it, buy or sell. As you can see, if when I press sell, because I have one stock, it directly tell me the amount that I will get. And that's it. You press the button and you just complete the purchase like you do with everything else in the world. As you go down, you can see fast buttons where you can directly sell your stocks. This is the one that I in my portfolio. And the other very neat thing is that you can basically exchange your money directly into the platform. As I say, some are in euros or in dollars, and depending on which market it is, you may need yen and so on. So you just press on exchange. I want to buy dollars. This is the amount. Let's say 10. And buy $10 to the current market price. So that's it. If I press it, I will purchase them, but I don't need them at the moment. So that's pretty much it. So how do we add and remove things? Well, removing is easy. You just press delete from list, and if you want to add something, you just type, let's say Microsoft, but I think we already added it somewhere. So let's remove this one and add it again. Oh, here it is. So that's it. So as you already know how to buy and sell, you know where your profit is. Let's go to the final part where you move the money. So you have several different types of how you can add money. You can do a direct back transfer. There is an easier way with a credit card, digital asset, or Google Pay. As you can see, you have a limit for. I'm sure that if I write them and I want to increase it, probably it won't be a problem. But for me, this is fine at the moment. I don't want to invest that much money at this time anyway. Absolutely here, everything else you need to know about your personal profile is here, including where if you decide to close your account. Then you can go to this, withdraw. You see that there is €7 commission for this, and you just have to add your bank details and so on and confirm. So my personal advice is if you're going to add money to your account, just add as much as you are not going to need, because the commission for the back transfer is quite high in my opinion, but I assume that's normal. So that being said, again, just a swift go through the most important and why it's the best platform in my opinion. First, no monthly commissions. Second, you own the actual stock, you don't own a position. Third, the commissions for the trade is €2 plus 2 cents for every additional stock, which I consider that is quite good if you ask me. And the most important thing, again, is the one I already said, that you own the stock. All platforms that work with positions, they basically make money when you lose money. So you basically pay for a platform that in the entire time is gambling against you. So I think this is the reasons. This is a few very good reasons. And there is one that I have not mentioned, but it's very, 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 very important. And this is that there is some countries that have no access to these platforms. I'm located in Bulgaria, and this is one of the very few options that I have in order to trade, purchase, and invest. And most of the world is the same way. So if you're a small country, even though Bulgaria is in the EU, we still cannot access the biggest platforms. So if you're in a small country, not in the EU, this probably will be the best platform for you to start trading and investing. And as I promised, we will finish up with 6 potentially good dividend investments that are stable, and it will not happen what happened with those two in my case. But it's my fault. I did not do enough research, to be honest. I jumped with the 2 legs forward. So, Procter & Gamble, 130 years, they pay dividends, and annually for more than 60 years, they increase the dividends. Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Pepsi, Walmart, and so on. So this is probably the safest dividend stocks you can purchase, and you'll be sure that your money working for you and they are safe. The reason is that companies like Coca-Cola, even if something major happens, someone will just purchase and bail them, purchase some stocks or bail them out, and they will be back on their feet. So those are pretty safe, just as the SP 500. But again, I'm not an official advisor. This is just my research, and I think they're one of the best and safest choices to invest in. So guys, if you liked the video or it was useful for you, please subscribe to the channel. We'll talk a lot more about crypto, the best platforms for investment, and a lot more. That being said, I just want to finish again with the 4 most important things. You own your own stocks. not position, no taxes, and relatively low commissions. And most importantly, what I may or may not have mentioned, I'm actually located in Bulgaria, and most big platforms, we cannot open accounts here. So if you're from a smaller country or not in the EU, this platform is probably the best for you. Of course, this is my opinion, and that's it. So thank you very much for your time. Have a nice day, and all the best.